Oh, good morning. So this is the first day I've actually been up before 2:30 or 3 o'clock. Um, been having trouble sleeping at night, so I'm up till late as hell at night. Um, fucking snails. Oh, I think I went to bed last night probably around 6:30. I just couldn't sleep. Um, but I just got woke up to my dog absolutely losing his fucking mind. And if I can ever catch my dog absolutely having a fit, like he hears something and he knows he hears something, he's letting everybody know, it's deafening. It really is. He is a loud motherfucker, and it's guttural, so you feel it too. Um, so yeah, I don't know what the fuck he was going off about, but I gotta keep looking over here, making sure the stupid rock isn't crushing the baby banjo or anything. And it was. Yeah, it was crushing his tail. Fucking nice. Fucking Pleco moved it again. He's still alive and moving, but you can clearly see he's fucking flat on one side. Someone just told me to look. He's not gonna make it. I don't even think he can swim now. I'm a little pissed now because I'm probably gonna have to put him to sleep. And I don't know how long he's been like that. Maybe a day, maybe 2 days. Oh shit, and the plant's flowering too. Okay, so we have a lot of updates, some news. It's all happening right now. My banjo catfish baby is almost dead. My plant is flowering. I have some exciting beta news. So that's a thing. It's flowering. Check that out. And you can see what the pleco's done. He's still not moving. Okay, pretty cool. Have a new shoot coming off the water lily. Let's see if I can't get my little buddy here moving. If not, I don't think he knows he's free yet. I'm just gonna kind of pick at him a minute. Kind of just. His tail definitely might be broken or crushed. Yeah, he's not gonna make it. He can't even fucking move. All he does is stupid ass fucking pleco. Oh, yep, just about crushed the fucking big one. He's alright. I don't even know how this is possible. I had this shit stupid wrap, and it's like the fucking pleco unwrapped the fucking rope from the plant. Which isn't even fucking possible, but it's like that's what happened. And it's still stupidly wrapped around. I mean, look how much this I actually had wrapped around that fucking thing. Yeah, there's like 12 layers now. And somehow that fucking Pleco managed to do that. I had the rocket for decoration. Now it's just more of a danger in here at this point. And it's like I'm super stretching the fucking plant now, which comes off like an extra foot. Fuck it, it's just gonna float. I'm not even sweating it. Some dead pieces I'll go ahead and pull off here and make sure the flowers stay out of the fucking filter, since that's where the hell they're wanting to go right now. And I think these are supposed to be out of the water, so I'm gonna fucking drape it over the edge of the tank. It's a flower. I don't think it's supposed to bloom underwater. I just don't think that's what's supposed to happen. So there, it is out of the water. Fucking plant is moving on its own because the filtration system. The filter's not even that strong, but it's moving the goddamn plant. I'm pissed off right now. I'm sorry. I'm straight pissed. I had great news and now I'm pissed off this morning. Fry, the koi beta, he has started to make another bubble burst. Which shows he's receptive to breed, but none of the females are showing signs of receptiveness. But I got to looking in the beta tank last night and I put the light back on. I cut a section off the container. That way I can hook an LED light. It's one of these National Geographic, touch sensor ones that you can use a remote for. So much noise today. Updates on the 2 pregnant females? Nothing. No babies yet. If I throw them in the mini pond, they'll probably drop. But I got to looking at the beta tank last night once I got fixed up, and for some reason I noticed the beta seemed smaller than usual. And that's because, well, there's 2 of them in here now. So all this time I thought I was down to 1 juvie. No, I have 2. So right here's 1. As you can see, he's an absolute stunner. He's darting after food. I fed him last night. And what I did is I have this container right here, which is pond water, algae, and snail poop at this point. Which there's no snails in here, but it's aquarium stuff, filtration goo. And it's built up infusoria, cyclops, and fairy shrimp. Seed shrimp. There they are. I'm going to try to find the other one for you really quickly. I just kicked something over. That's nice. Where you at, guys? Betas like to hide, so it's very difficult to find them. There he is. Yeah, sure. See? So we have 1, we had 2? No, it's a fucking snail. 1 and 2. That's the bigger of the 2. So, since we have 2 baby betas now, I'm stoked, first off. I couldn't be happier about that. What I'm not happy about is... Oh, the banjo catfish moved. Or he got knocked up out of the way or something. If he can still move, I'll leave him alone, but... I don't think he'll make it now. When it comes to the I'm sorry, I forgot what I was going to say. Oh, the sucky part is all of my microworm cultures are dead now. I don't know what happened. I have the same setup that's been working for a month now, and they weren't even big cultures. The one was a full culture. The other one was the other two were brand new, only a couple weeks old, and they are completely empty. And there was a scum on top, almost like a dried layer, but it wasn't dry. It was still just a goo. And so I opened the lids and added the tiniest bit of aquarium water. So there's no heavy metals, there's no bleach, nothing like that. Poured in, mixed it up. Closed lids, taped them back up, put them back in the dresser in the back in the dark. It's been about 2 weeks now, and they're still empty. So I think I got fucked. I think I fucked myself. Let me phrase that. God, am I hurting? I've got an internal chill that just won't go away. So how I wake up. If I wake up in a bit of a panic, that tends to be what I do. And being down here in the basement, I had the light off, and I thought, okay, well, my ass ended up going to sleep. It's probably like 9 o'clock at night, and someone's at my door because my dog's losing it. I'm fixing to go upstairs and find out who the fuck this is. Well, it turns out it's 11 o'clock in the morning. And, yeah, my mom was outside beating ass off the house. Out of the gutter, so, okay. I got the heater now turned from the reptiles to me. And it's not like it's the room temperature. The room temperature is warm. What it is, it's the floor. And I have blankets underneath me, and I sleep on top of the blankets. And the blankets got moved, so my skin was touching. It just whipped all the heat out of my body last night, even with the blanket on. And I've only been down here for a couple hours, maybe, sleeping on the floor. And that's what will happen if you sleep on a concrete floor. It's like a survival situation. If you're outside and you're sleeping directly on the ground just sucks your body heat away. You got to replace it with something else. You know, you got to put a blanket, some sort of layer between you and the ground that's not your clothing, because that shit don't work. I wasn't butt-ass naked sleeping on the ground here. I was fully clothed wearing what I am now, you know. I got 2 freaking shirts on and a pair of shorts, which isn't the best idea in this weather, but fuck it. YOLO. That word, though. I don't know why this braid is open in my dresser, or how it got so fucking out of join, out of whack, but just so everybody knows, banjo catfish do require sediment to bury into, or places to hide. And hence why the rock was in there, but at the same time, when the rock wants to shift on its own because of that stupid ass pleco, bristle nose that I got, it's constantly dicking with the plant, so it's moving it, and as you guys saw, it was just unstrewn from the freaking rock. Really like a tailless piece of plant. I'm going to have to figure something else out now. Thinking maybe some aquarium grade PVC. Problem with that is fish can go inside and get stuck, and PVC floats usually. So yeah. Fucking, we did 3 goddamn days ago, one of the red tails shed, and I just now fucking remembered. Jesus Christ. Y'all see where my fucking brain's not at? hit it with the light and use it. Oh no, they didn't send it. Yeah, they're all three of them right now are coiled up in their own bundle. It's actually kind of cute. Usually they're laying with each other. Now they're coiled up in a bundle, which shows me they're nice and warm. I don't get what's up with this 55 back here. This fucking aquarium is just like I add water to it all the time and it's always empty. Always. It's not evaporation. That's what I thought at first. And I'm running out of fish food very fucking quickly. We can get the feed out to the So, on top of that, I turned on the saltwater tank last night. And I put the light back on. No filtration still. No filtration. I want to see what happens. Worst case scenario, things die. That's worst case scenario. And the reason it's not a problem to me is because it's just parasitic invasive things living inside of it right now. Other than the snails. But there's saltwater cyclops. If you know what cyclops are, they're these little teeny tiny shrimp looking things and they're white and they jet across and they're a shrimp of some kind. And am I at the plants? No. And they're really cool and they have 3 fantails, but they're absolutely tiny. You can't even hardly see them if they're babies. If they're babies, you can't see them. If they're adults, you can see them. But it's like, what the hell was that thing? You can't see them, but you can see movement. So yeah, that's what's going on here, and all the anemones, they're alive. I thought they would have died by now with no light for the last 2-3 weeks now. No, the last 2 weeks or so. I thought for sure they would have died, and when I went over and hit them with the phone light, they were all white and ghost-like and pale, and no. I poked them with a stick, and they came right back. They just sucked themselves in, and I'm like, well, okay, and they're huge now. They're absolutely giant, so there is some other life in this 10-gallon that came with salt water, and or in the water from Uncle Bill's, and that would be the bitch. Cyclops shrimp. 3 snails, 3 saltwater snails of some kind. They just look like, I don't know, fancy snails maybe? They're colorful. They got cool spiral shells on them. They get cool patterns in the shells. I've got some weird shrimp. Actual shrimp. They're like, I don't know what the hell they are. I found freshwater version of these things living in the plants I collected this year. And they're identical. They're freaking identical, except these ones are a little bit darker. The ones that I've found, these shrimp-like creatures, they were more of a clear, almost translucent, with the strip going through them. And I think I made a video on them when I found them. And then I found them inside this tank too when I was cleaning out the rocks, because I got a good helping of rocks in the bottom and the center, so it gave them some place to hide. On top of that, we have some sort of red worms. I'm not sure if they're tubifex worms. No, not tubifex. I'm not sure if they're bristle worms, or what they are. There's 2 red worms. One's good and one's bad. Bristle worms are bad, I think. But don't quote me on that. I can't remember. I don't know what happened, but it looks like our guppy colony has dropped numbers drastically, but there's no dead babies anywhere. Oh no, there they are. Okay, they were just all sitting still very easy. They T-Rexed my ass. They didn't move. I thought they were all gone. I didn't see them. And then there's these yellow worms that I separate and put into a different vial, which I need to let out because there's no goddamn reason they should be in the vial. They're probably dead. I haven't opened the vial in months. I'm a little annoyed by that actually, but you know, hey, it's what it is. Oh, no, they're not. Some of them are still alive. That's the thing about saltwater versus freshwater. I have not opened this. This has been submerged underwater for 3 weeks, since I got the damn tank. Literally about a month and a half, close to 2 months now. And there's worm things you can see are still in here moving. These black dots, by the way, those are anemones on the outside. So I'm gonna go ahead and just open this up and dump these guys in, and we'll see what the fuck happens. Oh, it smells funky in it. And just because there is anemones on it, I will resubmerge the container. Another parasitic that I'm using to die. I even went on ahead and did what my buddy from Uncle Bill said, and he told me to add some dead organic life into it for the anemones, since they're filter feeders. And what'll happen is bacteria will bloom, feeding off of the rotting remains of whatever the hell I put in there. And so I put in some mysi shrimp, you know. Something simple, something easy, something that'll break down very quickly, and something that'll become very bacteria rich very quickly, which would be shrimp. Shrimp die and break down within a matter of minutes, within a matter of days. You know, what would take, red meat or fish to break down in a week takes shrimp about 24 to 48 hours or less. And so I got about 4 or 5 of them in there floating in the salt water, and I can already see that the cyclops are swarming around them right now. And they're picking at them, so they're going to start eating it as it breaks down. That's going to cause them to have a colony growth, which is going to cause the anemones to have food. I want to see if it can self-sustain itself. I'm not adding fish, not at all. No, that was a pipe dream until it was a dream until the salt water happened, and then I got pissed the fuck off, and now I just don't give a shit. So now I can't put this in any aquarium because the salt level, the salinity will rise and the pH will change in the aquarium, and I'll kill the fish. Yeah, I just want to make this video, guys. I didn't even know about the baby banjo being stuck underneath that rock like a goddamn climber, but she's got her tail splayed out now, so she can swim around a little bit. So if it gets too much of a struggle for her, I'll probably just call her, put her to sleep. It'll just be easy. Easiest thing I can think to do is just put her in a bag of water and just stick her in the freezer, and she will slowly go to sleep with the cold weather. And then that'll be, end of it. So I have a dead guppy and a dying guppy. It's on the bottom with its fins just weird looking. My damn Molly's acting weird too. These fish are stupid. Tadpole's legs are starting to look like frog legs now. It's pretty epic. Oh, and the beta tank is doing this weird polyp thing too now, that the other tanks are doing. Look at the cute back legs. You see she got her tail open now. I don't see her doing it. I don't see her making it. I mean, hell, now that the crawdad's out, I could take his ass and put him in the 55. Now that the crawdad's gone, I don't have to worry about it being eaten since it is a soft-fleshed fish. Soft-fleshed animal. She's just hopping across the bottom, but it doesn't seem like she's impeded in any way. These little minnows are growing fairly quickly, but I've only had to pick out 2 dead ones, which is actually kind of cool to me. They have a high survival rate. But the water level in the room's dropping, and that's due to the heater on and the lack of moisture down here. Back before I had the aquariums, I had to have the heater on, and every morning I have to go upstairs and put my head over the faucet just to get some sort of moisture in my system. Because throughout the night it would just the heater would just suck all the moisture out of the room and just wick it away, and it would take it straight from my body, and my nose would be dried and clogged. I couldn't breathe. I'd have to go upstairs and cough for 30 minutes to get freaking sludge out of my throat from the saliva that the moisture got taken out of. Yeah, I'm gonna plan one for the banjos after this ordeal. Is I'm gonna take a small tub I have, very shallow tub, add some rocks into it, and then I'm gonna put it inside the tank for the banjos, and that'll give them a place to hide, and they'll give the place for bacteria to grow for the ghost shrimp, and I'll be able to put the plant submerged where it needs to be. And I know nothing's gonna move the tub once I put rocks in it. So, to me, it's actually kind of cool that this plant is flowering. I didn't know they flowered. So hopefully it's a self-repopulating one. It's an asexual plant and it can pollinate itself. If not, I'm about to play matchmaker, but I have no idea what it's gonna look like. It can turn into a big ass flower. It could just turn into a bunch of tiny flowers. I don't know what it could be, and I don't know what it's going to be or anything. So, I added the plant from the 2.5 gallon inside of here. Since 2.5 gallon is empty at the moment, I am going to be refilling it very quickly. I might just throw the banjos back in there. Just to give them their privacy and maybe a handful of guppies. Or nothing else at all. Someone just told me to look underneath the rock. And my first banjo, it looks like a freaking abuse. It looks like an abuse case. Its stomach's so concave. And it's like, how are you even still alive if you haven't eaten? But the other one, the big one, he's fucking fat as hell. So he's been eating well. And it's just like, what the hell is going on here? Why is this one not eating? Why is this one eating? Why is that one eating? He just throws me off, but plans for the day. Hope that one of my packages comes today, because I have things that were supposed to be on your 10th and the 12th, and here it is, the 18th. And I have a big expensive package, well, not expensive, $20 package, coming on the 20th, and it better well be here, and it's going to be here for upcoming videos whenever I go out fishing. I think it'll be fun, especially to take care of some of the some of the invasive species around the area. So I got a bunch of carp and potentially Asian carp at the local ponds I fished. I saw them last year swimming through the water. I'm not sure if they were grass carp or if they were Asian carp, but they were decent size, and their eyes were really low on their head. They looked like a freaking Mongolian catfish. Yeah, that's the shed I pulled out. Never mind. I pulled the shed out and I put it in my dresser for some reason. This would be from Atlas, so you can tell by how little scale there actually is compared to belly meat. I don't even know why it's in my dresser. I'm a hoarder. But I don't even know what I was just talking about. I'm so frustrated. Oh, I don't even have an earring in. That's nice. I lost my fucking earring. I took it out last night. The plans are fill the aquariums back up. Try to figure out a way to culture infusoria better. I'm thinking about throwing some lettuce in here. The thing is, this water reeks. It was actually rotten. It was stagnant, and you couldn't even be around it when you were messing with it because of the smell. And now it's like there's nothing at all. Like I could probably drink this water. Would I? Hell no, but I could probably do it. Like it just smells like water. And since this is a feeder bucket and this is where all the living things are, I actually thought about just throwing the 2 baby bettas inside of here and letting them grow. Because this is where all the food is, so I wouldn't have to worry about them. It's something I can walk away and not something I have to worry about every day. But instead of doing that, what it is, I took about 6 or 7 scoops of this water and I poured it inside there. So I collected a ton of infusoria, seed shrimp, and other miscellaneous bacteria that's inside of here that the bettas are feeding off of right now. And with the plant vegetation inside there that's in there rotting away, and by that I mean all the debris and the almond leaves and things like that. I mean the infusoria are going to have something to grow against. So that's going to be a plus. So I'm going to throw some pants on because I'm tired of wearing shorts. I took a shower last night, so I just left shorts on. But yeah, my plans today is a lot. So if I don't come back live, it's because I'm busy. If I come back live, well, we're going to have fun. Anyway, I'm off, you guys. My dog is doing a little bit of a bark now because he has to go potty. And my dumbass neighbors have their dogs out, and I'm not playing fucking games today. I will shoot their fucking dog if it comes over my goddamn fence again. That will be one dead fucking dog, and I don't give a fuck if people like me saying it or not. Fuck that dog. Alright? And the same thing if my dog was to jump the fence and attack somebody's animals or attack somebody or attack a kid. Shoot that motherfucker in the head, because if you're not, I'm going to. But the dog that did the deed is supposedly gone. And I don't know, I haven't looked and I haven't heard it, so. I'll just have to check and make sure. We can't even let our dogs outside now without guarding them. So it's a 2-person job. Someone comes inside or stays inside, feeds the dogs if someone's out there. And my lips are peeling. That's nice, but yeah, guys, I'm off here. Like, comment, subscribe. Stay tuned for more random bullshit I decide I want to make in the future. I have an editing software now, thanks to one of my subscribers out there. I know who it is, I just can't remember your handle name on here. And I've got a couple videos that I'm thinking about uploading. One is when we worked on the truck last year and it rolled off onto our buddy, and we pulled it off of him. And then there's another one I can't remember. I'm probably just going to start making more videos, and I ain't going live at this point. Live is just a fun way to interact with you guys, but it's supposed to be a few minute live, and it's 33 minutes. This is bullshit. So yeah, guys, I'm